Hey beauties, and welcome back to I Am Beautiful Hustler TV. And if you are new to my channel, then welcome to my channel, and don't forget to click that subscribe button and turn on your bells. Now today we have another sponsored video, and actually today will be a clip-ins video, and this will be the first clip-ins video that I've done on my channel, and I will be doing it on myself today. But for starters, today's hair is provided by WingsbyHerGIVENHair. Okay, and as you can see, the brand ambassador is Amara La Negra. I think I said her name right. But yes, they sent me over these beautiful clip-in extensions, and this is a way easier method of adding stitches to your hair if you do not want to do any tape-ins, because tape-ins does take more work and is a little more complicated to install. But if you are a beginner and you need something quick, simple, and looks natural and blends with your natural hair, then these Kinky straight tape-ins will be perfect for you, especially if you are a natural person who has to get their hair blown out, okay? So they sent me over like a full head. It had to be about, I want to say 10 to 11 pieces. But because my natural hair is jet black from when Slave by Jordan did my tape-ins, we're going to have to dye these things black to blend with my natural hair. And y'all see Jordan on the live, on my FaceTime. Say hey, Jordan. But nevertheless, the first thing I'm going to do, you guys, is go ahead and water dye these clip-ins jet black. Now, the difference between the clip-ins and the tape-ins, when you are coloring your tape-ins, you cannot get those tapes wet. But because this is clip-ins, you can literally submerge the whole track under the water and nothing's going to happen because the clips on it are, like sewed down to perfection. And I love how, it looks like it was triple weft, literally, these clip-ins are super full, and they are I believe a 20 or a 22 inch, whichever inch it is. It will be down in the description below anyway, so just go ahead and check that out. So for starters, to do my water dye method to create my jet black color, I will be using Royal Navy. So I filled up my sink with hot water and poured in that Royal Navy, and once I let that sit for about 10 minutes, I came back in with my 2 jet black colors. And I just used whatever color I had left at the house. That way I didn't have to go to the hair store. So that's why it's a different mix of brands. But I just poured both of those jet black colors into that water that already had that Royal Navy. And honestly, guys, I let the tape-in sit in there, I would say maybe 2 to 3 hours. I really let it sit because I didn't do my hair the same day. So I just really let it sit in there for as long as possible to get as black as possible. So once I let that water sit in there, I let that water mix together, I sat those clip-ins in there. But if you are installing your hair same day, I would say at most try to let it sit for 30 minutes just because the hair is thicker and you want to really make sure that color gets in there, okay? So once I finish letting this hair sit for a few hours, I will come back and you guys will just see me rinse it. Not shampoo it, just rinse out the tape-ins. Rinse out the clip-ins really good, and then I will go ahead and blow dry them and, flat iron them once it's time to install. And this is what the tape-ins look like after letting it sit for 3 hours. Went ahead and rinsed them out, and they are nice and black. So, hey, y'all, it's me. I'm back. It's your girl, Beautiful, period. Life with Shay, whatever you want to call me. Your girl, your favorite beauty. So, y'all, listen, I had took my wig off. I cleaned my hairline, and y'all know I'm very lazy. So, I really did not honestly wash my hair. So it is a little bit oily because y'all know when I do my braid downs for my wigs, I do put, you know, my growth oil into my hair. So I do have a little dandruff, child, but don't kill me in the comments. You know how you girls like to tussle. But I also, my hair is a little bit oily, but because of the texture of the tape ends, everything will blend perfectly fine. And I also want to give another disclaimer, y'all. I did not have a mirror. You know how usually when people do something on their own hair, they have like the double hole mirror thing. So literally, y'all, I'm just going to be parting and clipping. Yes, my part's going to be crooked as hell. Letting y'all know that now in advance, okay? But it will still come out and it looks so natural, so full, and I absolutely love the natural look. It kind of reminds me of like having my tape ends in, and I really loved having my tape ends. So the quicker alternative, which are the clip ends that I will be using today, just reminds me of that full natural black clean look that I love so much. So I really love these I really love these clip ends so much because it's so much easier. Okay, so for starters, what I did was section off my hair down the middle, and I pulled out the hair in the front because y'all know if you know me, you know I love to put my hair behind my ear, and that's just on period. That's just what we do. Period. Period. I know y'all seen that new TikTok, but if you didn't, y'all gonna be seeing it soon. It's gonna get on y'all nerves, but nevertheless, so the first thing I'm gonna do is just take the kind of like the wide pieces that go towards the bottom part of the neck, because the really narrow pieces, shall I say, I use those for the top, but I use the ones that look like they go towards the bottom neck area, and then, you know, as you go higher, you use the wider ones. So all I did was just part off a piece of this section of the back, and when I tell y'all that first clip in that goes in, it's so full, like I cannot get over how full it is. So even when I put that first clip in, y'all will see the difference in just how full it looks like. I absolutely love it. And like I said, y'all, excuse the dandruff, don't kill me in the comments, okay? So all I did was open up those teeth as I showed you before I flat ironed it, and once you bring it to the hair, all you do is press the clips against your scalp, and it's going to close the clip in right back up. And this is what it looks like after applying that first one. And I'm just combing through it. And what I'm also doing before I actually apply the clip into my hair, y'all, is just kind of flat ironing it a little bit, you know, just to kind of straighten it out a little bit more. Not really bone straight, but just straight enough that the kinky texture blends with my natural hair, especially because my hair is super oily right now. It really like gave it that full thickness look, but it still looked sleek from the oils in my hair. So I didn't add any extra oil or anything to my hair because it was already on the greasy side. But now that I added in that first clip in, I'm just going to go ahead and part off my next section and just remove the rest of the hair out the way. And then we're going to take the next clip in track, which is a little bit wider, and we're going to just clip that in. And you could kind of just part your hair and measure out the clip in to see where you need it to sit and all of that. And I'm just going to do the same thing I basically did with the first one. I'm going to comb it out, go on with my flat iron, you know, press it out as much as I can. And I'm using my Babyliss Prima 3000 flat iron, and just pressing out as much as I can. I wasn't really going for the bone straight look because this is not silky hair, it's kinky hair. So, you know, when you do have kinky hair, it gives more of a natural effect, okay? So I just straighten it out just enough to get most of those kinks out of there. And then once I finish that, I'll comb through it once again, and I just turn around. I open up the clips so you guys can see they're nice and open, and turn it back around and just filling with my hands. And I start with the center clip first, and as you can see, y'all, I'm pushing it against my scalp, as I mentioned before, to kind of lock it into place. Now, of course, if you're doing this on a client, it will be easier for you to line it up as close to the scalp as possible. But y'all know, like I mentioned, doing this on myself, and I'm not using a mirror, the tool mirror way to really see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of feeling and going with the flow, but it still came out super natural, and it is super easy. It literally would take you no more than 20 minutes to do this, y'all. Like literally no more than 20 minutes. And you know, that's if your hair is already blown out and all that stuff. But if you got to wash and blow out, of course, you know, it's more of a process. But if you just going in with just, you know, hair that's already blowed out or straightened, and you just slapping them clip-ins in between. It is super, super duper easy, okay? So what I'm also doing, just parting out little sections in between the clip-ins. That way I have more hair to clip it onto, because I don't want to just stack clip-ins on top of clip-ins, because you do still want it to, you know, lay flat or whatever. So we're going in with a third clip-in, y'all. And to be honest, I only use a total of 7 clip-ins on my head. And like I mentioned, it had to be about 10 to 11 pieces. But when I tell y'all, even if I didn't use those 7 pieces, I could have probably used less than that, and it would still be full. Like, this hair is super thick, super full, root to ends, and I love that about these clip-ins, okay? So I'm going in with that third track, same thing, same steps, same process, opening up the clips, and I'm going to clip it to my hair once again. And you will also notice as the pieces get wider towards the top, there are more clips. So the lower clip-ins that I had at the bottom, they probably had like maybe 3 clip-ins on them, but the higher I went with the clip-ins, which is the higher I went, the wider the width of the clip-ins, the more clips they add into it to make it more secure. So I believe on this one, they probably had like about 5 or 6 clips in it, and that also makes it feel way more secure. So look how full that is with just those 3 clip-ins. Like, it made a major difference, because honestly, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, to my clients who do decide to get tape-ins, make sure you have a professional take your tape-ins out, because y'all, when I took my tape-ins out by myself, I definitely pulled a lot of my hair out. So I do feel like my hair thinned out a lot, especially in the middle with my tape-ins, because I didn't have any help to remove them. So if you do get tape-ins, make sure you have a professional to help you remove them, and that way you don't damage or lose your hair. But with these clip-ins here, it just makes me feel so much better that I could just add that fullness back into my natural hair, and also add some extra length and still give off that supernatural look. Because if I go out in the streets and somebody ain't know how long my real hair is, they'll be like, oh, her hair is nice and long and full, you know. And that's just period. But nevertheless, y'all, I'm gonna stop talking and just let y'all continue to watch me put the rest of these clip-ins in. So I went ahead and added that last track around the back, and now I'm just going to take the more narrow clip-in extensions. I keep saying tape-ins, y'all, I'm sorry, but I'm going to take the more narrow clip-in extensions, and I'm just going to clip those 2 pieces right at the top. As you can see, they're not that wide. They're probably like a few inches. I would say no more than 4 inches wide, and it's perfect. So I just clip one right at the top right there outside of my parting area, and I'm going to take the same one, another one that's the same width as the other, and clip that right on top, and then go ahead and unbraid my leave out sections and begin to like part, you know, my middle part and, you know, comb that out and blend that out and hot comb. Well, not even hot comb, just flat iron the roots and everything to get it unkinky. And I'm just trying to clean up my middle part, and also just flat iron all around my leave out area just to make sure it looks a little more neater. Yeah, it goes, you know, it's supposed to be a natural look, it's supposed to be like a kinky straight look, but you know, you want to try to make it still look as neat as possible. So I'm gonna go in, you know, section by section and really especially like towards the top, and you know, try to press out my edges a little bit more. But now that I have the clip-ins in, I'm just gonna go in with the flat iron, you know, just a quick little chase method or whatever like that, just to you know, press it out a little bit more so it's not too like puffy looking or puffy feeling. And I'm just gonna grab a little few sections and just do that. And like I mentioned, I will go back in with that iron in my leave out area, kind of like press that a little bit more so it looks a little more smooth, a little more flat. But this is where my hair being oily kind of gives it like a positive aspect, is because it gives my hair that nice shine. So like I mentioned, because my hair was already oily before adding these clip-ins, when I go back and I press it out, it already has like oil in it, so it gives it a nice little sleek shine look. So it's like, it was given. I just love the natural tease, and I actually wore this style out. I went to an improv comedy show tonight with my mom, so it was just like the perfect little natural look, quick, easy, simple. And guess what? If I don't want to wear them to sleep, all I gotta do is unclip them and sit them on a dresser. And then when I need to go somewhere in the morning, I want to get my fullness and my length back, just clip them back on in. You see how convenient that is? Like, I love the clip-ins, okay? But like I mentioned, I'm gonna go in some more and just press out my leave out area a little bit more to give it nice, like smooth from the root and a nice little shine. And I'm gonna do that all around my edges. And I'm gonna show you guys pretty much like a finishing video. Also give you like a quick little snippet of how it would look if I put my hair like in a little low ponytail and all of that. And yeah, that would pretty much sum up this tutorial. So like I mentioned, this is from Her Giving Hair. These are kinky straight clip-in extensions, super easy, very beginner friendly, quick, fast, easy install, like I promise you guys. Okay, so make sure you check out the description details down below and stay tuned for the finished look. and this is what it looks like once I went and pressed it out some more. Give it a nice little sleek, super natural. It's like giving definitely my hair. You would never think that is anything added in here. Like if you didn't know, you wouldn't know, and that's just on period okay. Nice kinky straight, super full. I only use 7 clip-ins, and this is the fullness and the length that it gave me. It does not look thin at all. It is super full. The black is blackening. Yes, giving. Love it. And like I mentioned, you guys, y'all know I love to put that one side behind my ear. I don't know who I be thinking I am, Jada child. I must be Jada Waiter, because that's what it be giving. But nevertheless, I'm going to show you guys how it looks in a low ponytail, and then I'm just going to put it back, you know, regular with my regular little middle part behind the ear, trying to show y'all what it looks like, both sides forward, both sides back. Y'all know, you know how I do. You know how I be when you wear your hair in the middle part with your natural hair. It be giving. So this is what it looks like if I was to pull the hair. The ponytail is not perfect, but just to give you guys an idea, like, you know, I started the clip-ins like about 2 inches above where my hair in the back starts. So if I was to pull it in a ponytail, it would look super natural. Okay, this is what it would look like. So pretty. Oh my god, I just got it. I'm just finna go to the gym just so I can put my hair in a ponytail, because it's just definitely giving. Like, oh, her hair real pretty. Yeah. Oh, she got inches. I'm loving it, period. So thank you guys for watching. Like I mentioned, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Drop some comments down below. Let me know what you think. And this is the finishing look. I'm gonna wear my hair super cute and super natural just like this, and head to this comedy show, laugh, and come home. So thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.